The knock came at 2:07 a.m., 3 sharp raps that sliced through the silence like a kitchen knife through butter. Jack Harlan was already awake, sitting at the scarred oak table with a lukewarm mug of coffee and a stack of overdue bills. His 8-year-old daughter, Lily, had finally drifted off an hour earlier after a nightmare about monsters under the bed. Jack had promised her there were no monsters, only shadows, but the shadows in his own life felt plenty monstrous tonight. He froze, listening. Another knock, softer, almost pleading. He crossed the narrow living room in 4 strides, the floorboards creaking under his socks. Through the peephole he saw a woman on the porch, arms wrapped around herself, dark hair plastered to her cheeks by the rain. She was shivering so hard her shoulders shook. Gorgeous, even in distress, high cheekbones, full lips trembling, eyes the color of storm clouds. Jack's hand hesitated on the deadbolt. He didn't open the door for strangers, not since the robbery 2 years ago that had taken his wedding ring and every photograph of his late wife. But the woman looked up then, straight into the peephole as if she could see him, and whispered, "Please. You feel familiar." Jack's heart stuttered. The voice was low, husky, edged with exhaustion and something else, recognition. He unlatched the chain and cracked the door. Cold air rushed in, carrying the scent of wet pine and desperation. "I'm sorry," she said immediately, stepping back as if afraid she'd overstepped. "I know it's late. I didn't know where else to go." Jack studied her. She wore a thin denim jacket over a sundress, barefoot, mud streaking her calves. No purse, no phone. A bruise bloomed along her left jaw, fresh and purple. "Are you hurt?" he asked. She touched the bruise absently. "Not the way you think." Behind him, Lily's voice floated down the hallway, small and sleepy. "Daddy?" Jack's instinct was to shield his daughter, but the woman's eyes filled with tears at the sound of Lily's voice. "I have a daughter too," she said. "Had. I think. I don't know anymore." Jack's hand tightened on the doorframe. "What's your name?" "Claire," she said. "Claire. I don't know my last name." "Amnesia." The word flashed in Jack's mind like a neon sign. He'd seen enough crime dramas to recognize the trope, but this wasn't television. This was his porch, his child, his life. "Stay here," he told Claire. He shut the door, leaned his forehead against the cool wood, and took a breath that tasted like fear. Then he grabbed the old army blanket from the couch, opened the door again, and wrapped it around her shoulders. "Come in," he said. "But if you're trouble, you leave now." Claire stepped over the threshold, dripping on the mat that read "Home Sweet Home" in faded letters. She looked around the cluttered living room, Lily's crayon drawings taped to the fridge, Jack's work boots by the door, the single photo of his wife Sarah Smill.